Okay, how's it going, everyone? Hello. I hope this is working. Let me know in the comments, you guys, if you can see me, if this is working okay. Um, I'm back in Canada now, so I'm doing my setup a little bit differently. Um, Let me know if you guys can see me. How's it going? Okay, I don't think this is working on Rumble. I just got a notification. But I think this is streaming on YouTube. It's telling me there's 25 people watching, so I hope you guys can see me okay. Yay! Hi, Teresa. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all and be with you. Yeah, I just kind of felt like doing a spontaneous live today. I haven't done a YouTube live here on my channel in almost 2 weeks, and I wanted to start doing at least one a week, but I came back to Canada last Saturday for a visit, been traveling, lots going on. So, hi everyone, very nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Uh, so yeah, let me know how's it going, how you're all doing out there this August 7th, 2023. I'm just going to have a little sip of water. Just excuse me one moment. So, yeah, it's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, and I hope everyone is having a lovely summer in the Northern Hemisphere or winter in the Southern Hemisphere. And I felt like coming on today, doing a YouTube live because I haven't done one, like I said, in almost 2 weeks. Hi, Samantha. Nice to see you. And I want to share about some interesting astrological phenomena, things that are going on pertaining to Justin Castro and Canada, because I have some interesting feelings, and I'm hearing some of you all out there also having the same feelings. Hot in Houston. Yeah, must be really hot in Houston right now. Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you. Hope you're all doing well. So, yeah, just back in Canada, I'm actually going to the States on Wednesday for 4 weeks. Going to be going to doing a lot of traveling around, going down to New Orleans with Sunny, and then going to be in Memphis, Tennessee for Elvis Week, and then going to Florida, and then going to Arizona. So I'm really excited to head on down to the States. I went to Lilydale, New York for the first time on Saturday, sometime the past few days. Sorry, I'm getting my days all mixed up here, you guys. And that was interesting. I did some paranormal investigation workshops because there might be something in the pipeline coming on in that regard soon. I won't give up too much away. So went to some workshops about paranormal investigating and spent a day in Lilydale. And that was very interesting. Back in Canada now. And yeah, Grammy Mary, doing great. Besides the fact that I was just listening to Alex Collier drop some very hard truth bombs. Interesting. I don't know who Alex Collier is, so forgive me. Nicole says, hi, Nicole says, are you with Sunny and your fiance? My fiance is back in Belgium. He's going to be coming over in a couple weeks. And Sunny is going to be, she's in Canada. We're both in Canada, and we're going to be coming down to the States in the next couple days. Hi, Tim. Hi, everybody. So let's get into it. I have some things that I feel like sharing with you guys. So first of all, I'm going to close my door to my office because my door keeps opening by itself, and I want to have the energy enclosed while I'm doing this. So just give me one sec, you guys. I'm going to close the door here. I don't know what spirit keeps opening the door, but that's been happening a lot lately. But anyways, when did Justin Castro announce his divorce? That was the day after the full moon. So that would have been last Wednesday or Thursday, right, you guys? Let me know in the comments. I think so. So for the few days before Justin and Sophie or the Canadian office, I don't know what the heck, announced that they were going to be separating, for the few days before that, I was feeling really, really strongly. I kept feeling intuitively spirit say to me, Meg, look up the Astrology of Canada. You need to be looking at the Astrology of Canada. You need to be sharing that more and keeping up to date with that more. Because I was doing that a lot, funny enough, this time last year, but I haven't been really doing it as often as I used to. So Julie and I, of course, on the Maison Jupiter YouTube channel, last month or a month and a half ago, sorry, time is feeling really weird to me, you guys. We did an Astro Decode on the solar return for Canada and the US. So we went deep into it there on the Astro Decode, US and Canada solar returns, but I haven't been doing as much sharing on the Astrology of Canada and Justin Trudeau, and I'm feeling to do that. And if you guys have any questions about anything you feel like you'd like for me to bring up, it doesn't necessarily have to do with Canada, bring that up in the comments. And I'll try to pull some cards or look up the charts or whatever. So let me know, you guys, what you'd like me to chat about. But I'll start with what I'm feeling to share, which is okay. Justin Castro, I call him Justin Castro. If you guys don't know why I call Justin Trudeau Justin Castro, it's because I believe he's Fidel Castro's son. That's a whole conspiracy I'm not going to get into right now, but that is what I believe. So, yeah, they announced their separation the day after a full moon in Aquarius. And what's really interesting about that is Aquarius is the sign that rules separation, divorce, splitting, severing. Aquarius also rules shocks and surprises and weird phenomena and happenings. So it was very kind of out of the blue and random. I know a lot of us like-minded people knew that, Justin and Sophie weren't together. If you're aware of that, a lot of us already knew that. But a lot of Canadians and people didn't. So it was kind of a bit of a shocking thing because Sophie and Justin were putting out to the world that they were this perfect prime minister, first lady of Canada, or whatever her name is, couple, right? So that was all a lie. So interesting that it happened the day after the full moon in Aquarius. And so I'm like, okay, the astrology is very accurate. Also happened while Venus is retrograde, which we're going to be having until September 3rd. And I know you guys have been hearing me and Julie and a lot of other astrologers or mystics talking about this Venus retrograde that we're in is very much about a lot of breakups are going to be happening of relationships that don't serve us. And it's a time with this Venus retrograde for us to be reevaluating our relationships and our values in relationships. So big themes around relationships with all of us personally and on the world stage and with world leaders, because Venus is retrograde in Leo, which is one of the signs that rules leaders and people that are famous. So not that that's the most important thing in the world to be keeping up with, famous people and what's going on with that. But I'm sure, I hope most of you guys know the situation in Canada is really intense right now with Justin Castro. So I think it's just important to be looking into that situation. So I've been feeling the past few days that, and I guess this is a prediction that I'm making, but I just want to preface this by saying it's just something that I'm feeling, and I could be wrong about that. Maybe I should pull some cards about it as well. But basically, what I'm feeling is I think there's a very big chance, I think it's a very high probability that Justin, whatever Justin is, okay, whether this is still an actual person or not even a real person anymore, okay, Saturn's in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces. So the clarity about some of these really weird things, and I'm getting chills when I'm going to say this, I don't think we're totally going to get until more planets are out of Pisces, just to be honest with you guys. So we've got another year of that. But whatever Justin is, whatever is being portrayed to us as Justin, I believe there's a very high possibility that he's going to come out as gay. Okay. And I'm going to explain why I feel this is. I'm feeling this intuitively, but I was doing some deep dives in the astrology today, and it's very interesting how the astrology is quite in alignment with this. And I am not against gay people. I am not homophobic whatsoever, but I just think that this is a feeling I have, and I've heard some other people talk about that they're having this feeling as well, that Justin Castro is going to come out as gay to try to save his reputation and kind of use that as leverage so that it's harder to go against him or something. Not that I think that that is real, but thinking in that World Economic Forum way, dark arts kind of way, I could see them doing something like this. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. And I'm going to share some charts and we're going to look into this. So I'm just going to take a moment to look at some of your comments here. Hi, Eric. Nice to see you. Murray, great photos of JT and the leader from France. I know. I just shared that on my Instagram. Yeah. Jan says he is definitely gay. There was an article about him and Ben Mulrooney being the reason why Justin and Sophie separated. That Atlantic article several years ago. Interesting. I have not seen that yet. Tim says, wow, that would fit with the current surge in LGBTQ plus in the news. Yes, it would fit. It would literally be a perfect fit for Justin to be the first Western leader. And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but from my understanding, there's no Western leader of a country that has come out as gay yet or lesbian yet, right? Am I right about that? I think that's the case. So yeah, this is what I'm feeling. I know a lot of us think that he is gay or bi, but I feel that they're going to use this. They're going to bring this out there into the public sphere to kind of use it as leverage to try to save his reputation or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to share some charts here. And also I want to say before I share the charts that everything that is being done by the powers that be, the elites that are actually losing power right now. So we're entering that age of Aquarius. We're in the Pluto and Aquarius transit. So all these things that these dark arts people are trying to do are not going to work. But there's a reason for everything. So I don't think that it would be allowed for Justin to have a public divorce with Sophie while he is prime minister, unless there's some hidden hand or some other agenda as to why that is. Okay, there's something going on here because surface level, it does not look good. Okay, it's not a good look for Justin, who is already the most disliked prime minister of all time. That kind of goes without question in Canada. That he's now having a public divorce. Not a good look. So they're doing it for a reason. They're trying to set the stage for a reason. Very interesting. And I'm going to pull some cards. I want to get some clarity on this because I haven't even pulled cards on this yet. So before I share the charts, I'm going to pull some cards as well. So I'm just going to ask Spirit, can we please get clarity on, is Justin going to publicly come out as gay? Is this something that is going to happen? What is up with this feeling that it's not just me having this, it's several other people having this? So is this something that is going to happen? Can we please get some clarity on this? So I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards and then I'm going to pull some Astro cards. Okay. So you guys know, if you've ever seen me do the Astro cards before, that I always, sorry, the Lenormand cards, I always pull 3 and I try to make a sentence out of it. So this is very interesting. We've got the garden card, this one, oops. This one, the garden card, the house card, and the sun. Okay. So my question was, Spirit, is Justin going to, and sorry guys, I suck at putting these up to the camera, so I'm sorry. Is Justin Trudeau Castro going to come out publicly as gay? The garden card, which has the 20 on it, is social events. Public social events, being seen publicly, a public event. Number 4, the house card is home and family. And 31, the sun card. This is a yes. And this is summertime. And we're in the summertime right now. He could, I feel a yes from this. I feel like they're feeling out different ways to go about this. I'm feeling that there's a reason why not just myself, but other people are also having this feeling that Justin is going to come out as gay. And I'm feeling like the plan of his controllers is they're planning it out. They're planning out, do we want him to do it at a public event? Or do we want him to announce it outside of his home? This is interesting. The sun, this is a yes, and this is summer. And also locations that are south and southern. So I would assume he would do it in Canada, since he's the Prime Minister of Canada, and that would be a really big announcement that he would make if he were to do that. But maybe he'd do it outside of his home. It was interesting during the whole, past 3 years. I have to be careful here on YouTube what words I use, but there were many times when he spoke outside of his home. Do you guys remember that? He made announcements outside of his home. He's also made several important announcements at social events. So I'm picking up from the Lenormand cards, this is a big fat yes. So not saying this is going to happen for sure, you guys, but I think this is a very high possibility that this is a card that is going to be played. Just looking at your comments, you guys. I'm going to pull some astrology confirmation cards as well. Can we get clarity on the situation? Is Justin Castro going to come out as gay? Can we get clarity about this? Is this the reason for the divorce? Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so we've got the North Node card, which is like the future. Okay, and we're in North Node and Aries transit right now. We've got the 10th house card, which is 10th house of Capricorn, politicians, authority positions, politics, success, Capricorn. How can I be successful? How can I be the top? 10th house in Capricorn is also reputation and legacy and how we're seen publicly. And I keep feeling like this would be done to salvage, the dark arts people think this would salvage his reputation. 10th house. It's a plan for the future, North Node. And second house, resources. The first thing I felt like from this is someone got paid off, or there's people getting paid off to do this. I'm sorry, guys, I don't really know specifics of what exactly that means, but that's just what I'm hearing from Spirit. There would be people paid off. So whether that's people that know the truth about what's going on with Justin and his family, they're getting paid off, or a potential partner that Justin would come out with, like, this is my partner, I'm gay, that person would likely be getting paid off to be in that role and will probably be an actor, some kind of actor, someone that's done acting work. So, yeah, I'm getting a big fat yes with this, and I want to show you guys the charts as well. Little Susie, I think you're prob 100%. Well, I also shared this in my Instagram story earlier today, and I'm hearing from people they're feeling the same thing. So we're going to see. Time's going to tell. Nicole, my question is, will his wife be a whistleblower against him? Okay, that's interesting. I can pull cards on that too. For sure. Will his wife be a whistleblower against him? Okay, I'm going to pull on that. And then we'll look at the charts. Yeah, you guys are right. They are all actors after all, aren't they? Is Sophie going to be a whistleblower against Justin? Is Sophie going to be a whistleblower against Justin? I feel like she's in a really weird space. I don't know that much about Sophie. And I'm not talking about Beyond Mystic, Maison, Jupiter, Sophie. Love you, Sophie. We're talking about Sophie Trudeau. Just want to be clear. She's in a weird place. Even just without the cards intuitively, I could feel that. She's in a really weird place. I have to be careful what words I say here on YouTube, but sending you guys the telepathic message of what I'm trying to say, when people have had certain things done to them and their mind, she's in that, as Justin has also had that. So I don't know if she's even able to be a whistleblower, to be honest with you guys. I'm just picking up she's on a very weird space and her mind is in a weird space. She's going through some kind of healing. And I know someone close to me that has sources of Sophie that said she's been trying to supposedly save her soul. I don't know if that's true or not, but she's been doing things to try to save her soul. So there is healing arts going on for sure. Interesting. That's a good question. So, okay, I want to share some charts with you guys and let's look at this. So first of all, Justin tweeted this last night. This is an actual tweet from Justin. We're Team Barbie. Him and I believe his son going to see the Barbie movie. Okay. All right. So yeah, so what's going on? So in Justin's chart, he's got Venus, the planet of love, and what we are attracted to sexually in the sign of Aquarius. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that all people with Venus in Aquarius are gay, because that is totally not the truth. But a lot of people that are gay or bi or into different things sexually that are not the societal norm have Venus in Aquarius or Venus in the 11th house in Aquarius. So Justin has that. And he's also got Venus conjunct his north node in Aquarius at 5 degrees in the 5th house. So there's a double Leo influence over Justin's north node, and he is a political leader. Leos can rule leaders, politics, famous people. So he's in the public eye. He had the choice to do the higher timeline of the North Node in Aquarius, but he's obviously playing out the lower timeline of North Node in Aquarius right now, which is being literally insane in a really crazy and shocking way. With his Venus in Aquarius conjunct his North Node in Aquarius in the 5th house of romance and romantic partners, Leo, this can show publicly his love life Venus, his possible gay love life, Venus in Aquarius, being seen in the public stage, and a very big part of his life story and destiny, North Node. So that's pretty strong there. When is his birthday? His birthday is December 25th, 1971, and he's born 9:27 p.m. So yeah, fifth house is about children, but it's also romance, creativity, um, flirting, fun and light romantic partners, not serious romantic partners, and being seen publicly and showcasing yourself, putting yourself out there. So he does have that signature in his birth chart of, which a lot of gay people do have. Okay, so that's very interesting. Now, in the birth chart of Canada, this is the birth chart of Canada that we've got up now. Oops, this is not the birth chart of Canada. Sorry, guys. This is the solar return. I'm going to bring up the birth chart of Canada. Just one second here. There it is. Okay, sorry, guys. Let me bring this up. Here it is. So this is the birth chart of Canada. And I did a whole over 2-hour deep dive on the chart of Canada. It's on my YouTube channel. It's not a live video. It's an uploaded video that I uploaded last year. So if you want to check that out, go here onto my YouTube channel under my videos. And it's the Astrology of Canada, part 1, the birth chart of Canada. And I talk about how in the chart of Canada, Canada has, July 1st, 1867 was the day that the Queen of England decreed, okay, this will be the start of the Dominion of Canada under the British rule. Okay, so the chart of Canada is July 1st, 1867 at 12 a.m. And at that exact day, at that exact moment, the sun was 8 degrees in Cancer, exactly conjunct Uranus at 8 degrees of Cancer. So this is pretty rare. I don't see this a lot, you guys, for someone to have, or some institution to have sun conjunct Uranus exact. So Canada has that. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. This is why I'm bringing this up. Aquarius rules gay people, homosexuality, doing things very differently, things that are not conventional. Okay, so Canada is not conventional, and Canada is shocking and surprising Uranus, and does shocking and surprising things. For example, the whole past 3 years has been very shocking and surprising, I think, for the world stage, but also Canadians in particular, because I know a lot of you all listening are very smart, conscious people, but let's be honest, most Canadians thought that they were living in the freest country on earth. That's just the truth. And then we have Justin Castro come in, and that whole sold out Liberal Party of Canada try to strip away all our freedoms. Shocking. Shocking, right? Bad shocks and good shocks, because it's a conjunction, and conjunctions are neutral. And this conjunction is at 8 degrees, Scorpio degree, in Cancer, in the 4th house of Cancer, which rules countries and the country of Canada. I personally believe it's my own astrological interpretation of this, that Canada has to go through a death and rebirth, total dark night of the soul transformation, which I think we are in right now, to get to that Uranian Aquarian place of true freedom in Canada. But it's at 8 degrees. We have to go through the shadow work first. We have to go through the Scorpio 8 degrees dark night of the soul first, which is what I believe Justin and the current politics of Canada is. This is our dark night of the soul, to trigger us, to wake us up into realizing that we're in a constitutional monarchy, and to actually look at the government of Canada, politics and government, and realize what is really going on. Because for those of you that are not Canadian, let me just share something. It's not like America. A lot of Canadians don't know anything about the politics of Canada. So a lot of Canadians don't even know that Canada is a constitutional monarchy and that we're not actually an independent country. America is an independent country. America had 1776, and I know you Americans, you already know this, but I'm just saying this for maybe some of the people out there that don't know this. America fought for independence and is an actual free country. America is not under the rulership of a king or a queen or anything else. Canada is still under the rulership of the British monarchy. And Canada is what is called a constitutional monarchy. So we have our own constitution, which makes people think that we're free. Canadians think we're free. But the truth is, any new law that goes through Canadian Parliament has to be signed by the, what's her name? Not the Queen. What's her name, you guys? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. The woman she's an Indigenous woman right now that is like she's the representative of the Queen. Oh my God, why am I having a brain fart? Some of you guys know what I mean. There's a woman, I'm going to bring this up and show you guys a picture of this. Darn, what is she called? Indigenous woman, Queen's Hand Canada. Oh my God, why am I having a brain fart about this? This one. Governor General, is that it? I think you're right, little Susie. I'm going to bring it up. Governor, I think you're right. And sorry, my laptop is shaking. I don't have my usual setup, so it's a little bit impromptu. Governor General. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, this is her. In Canada, we have something called the Governor General. Okay. And she's not the Queen, because the Queen or not the Queen. Oh my God, you guys. Sorry. King Charles. I don't even want to call him King Charles, but Charles is actually the head of Canada. It's not Justin Castro, because we're still under the rulership of England. But we've got this woman, Mary Simon, who is the Governor General of Canada, who basically is the representative of the Queen. Or sorry, the king, because we don't have it's Charles. She's the representative of Charles. Okay. So every law that gets passed in Canada needs to be signed by the Governor General or Charles. Does that sound like a free country to you guys? It's not. So what I personally believe is Justin, and I know I'm going on a little bit of a different direction right now. Yes, it is a mess right now. This is a total mess right now. But it's the greater picture of what's going on. Justin Trudeau, Castro, whatever you want to call him, is the trigger. It needed to get this bad. We needed a character like him to make it this bad so that Canada would wake up. Because literally, you guys, a lot of Canadians don't even know some of the stuff I just said. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. It wasn't until last year when I did my Astrology of Canada webinar series on my YouTube channel that I went into this whole deep dive, and I was like, what? I didn't know we were a constitutional monarchy. I didn't know there was a Governor General. And honestly, a lot of Canadians don't know that. And maybe Canadians older than myself are a little bit different, but I can honestly say to you guys, Canadians in my generation, 30s, early 40s, late 20s, do not know this unless they're a conspiracy theorist or they do research. So if you do know this stuff, good for you. You're awesome. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. Yes, Jan, a lot of people don't. I talk to people all the time. I do astrology consultations with people all the time. I do circles. I do all kind of stuff. A lot of people don't. So how did I get on that? Oh yeah, we were talking about how in the chart of Canada, it's this Sun conjunct Uranus. So Justin is the trigger for us to have that dark night of the soul, to realize, oh my God, we're actually a constitutional monarchy and we're actually not even a free country and we're actually screwed right now and we need to do something about it. Uranus, planet of freedom. Canada is going to get there, and Canada is going to totally shock the world because it will be one of the freest countries to live in. But we had to go through this intense process first. It's like if you think about the US, the US didn't just get handed, here you go, United States of America, you can be a free country now. They had to declare that. They had to create that. They fought for that. Now, I'm not saying Canada has to physically fight for that. I'm not calling for violence, but everything in life that is of value doesn't come for free. It needs to be through work or some sort of initiation that we receive it, right? Bud Cave, we are not citizens, persons, or residents. We are living, breathing people. I totally agree with you. Totally. Tim says we all have our moment of awakening. It's true. And I'm surprised, and as I'm sure many of you are, I'm seeing people in my life wake up that I never thought would wake up. So I'm super, super, super grateful for that, seeing it all the time. So yeah, Canada does do shocking things, and we are on that path to true freedom, and we will attain it, but it's at a Scorpio degree. There's an initiation that has to come first, and that's what we're in right now. Scorpio rules death. Scorpio rules crisis. Scorpio rules anxiety and fear. And oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, this country is going to die. I need to leave. This is the end. Justin Castro's ruining Canada. It needs to get this bad for everyone to wake up. If he wasn't that bad and that evil villain, Scorpio degree, we wouldn't wake up. Sun conjunct Uranus. I hope I'm making sense. Let me know, you guys, if I'm making sense. So, yeah. Let me see here. I made lots of notes because I was astrologically nerding out earlier on all of this stuff. So there's a lot of synchronicity going on here. Okay. So we've got in the chart of Canada, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, conjunct the sun. We've got Justin Trudeau has his Venus in Aquarius and North Node in Aquarius, which rules being gay and shocks and surprises. So with Canada being a sun conjunct Uranus, and Uranus rules being gay and homosexuality, it makes sense that Canada would be the country to have the first Western leader to come out as gay, whether he actually is or not, on the world stage. So it's going to get really, really interesting and weird because Aquarius rules weird, and we're entering the age of Aquarius. So I want to share with you guys as well the transit chart of Canada. Nicole says, our birth certificate is exchanged on the financial markets because we are a commodity to the Corporation of Canada. Yeah, it is wild. And that is something that I want to learn more about. Because yeah, it's so wild, you guys. Therese, fascinating. Yes, it makes sense. Thank you. So yes. So in the transit chart to Canada, I'm going to share this with you guys. So in a transit chart, what we've got going on here is in the blue is the birth chart of Canada, the placements in the birth chart of Canada. So we can see in the blue, oh, hey, there's that sun conjunct Uranus, 8 degrees in Cancer. In a transit chart in the orange, the outer rim is where the planets currently are today. Okay, so in transit astrology, we can see how is the current astrological transits in relationship to the chart of Canada. What's going on here? So this is really, really interesting because we do have Chiron the wounded healer asteroid, conjunct the rising sign and Neptune of Canada, which the Neptune of Canada is at 14 degrees and the rising sign is at 16 degrees. So Chiron is right on the rising of Canada, and this is our wounds and a time of healing, which we are going through. Canada is going through. Our shit is being brought up to the surface and it's very uncomfortable. Super, super uncomfortable. And that Chiron is also conjunct Neptune, which is lies and confusion and illusions. Neptune is the spirituality, but the planet of spirituality, but it also rules lies and illusions. So those things all coming up to the surface, and that can be hard, right? That can be hard. I know a lot of us like-minded people, we're natural researchers and truthers and starseeds, whatever you want to call it. So we like that stuff. We're interested in that stuff. But for a lot of people that maybe aren't like that, it's hard to digest some of the things that are going on. And also Jupiter, where Jupiter is right now, 14 degrees of Taurus, is almost exactly conjunct. It's about to be exactly conjunct the Pluto of Canada at 15 degrees of Taurus. So Jupiter expands whatever it's in relationship with. It's the expander. And Pluto is the shadow side of life. And it's interesting because Julie and I were decoding the solar return chart of Canada for this birthday year that just started on last Canada Day, July 1st. And there's a lot of scorpionic energy going on. A lot of, there was was it an eighth house stellium? No, the sun in the solar return was in the eighth house. There was something else. The sun was conjunct Mercury in the eighth house. The rising sign was in Scorpio. And right now, for the whole next couple months, actually, no, for longer, because Jupiter is about to go retrograde. Jupiter conjunct Pluto. The shadow side, the lies, the corruption being exposed. Bam! Jupiter is going to expand that. So much is about to come out. Whatever they've got planned, whatever the dark arts people have planned with Justin, whether this is that he's going to come out as gay, whatever it is, it's not going to work. None of this stuff is going to work. And it's going to backfire, as everything that they do backfires big time. Marvy says, it is great to see this info coming out because 15 years ago, you were crazy if you talked about birth certificate being a bond. Yeah, it's amazing all this stuff is coming out, right? But it is shadow work, and it is hard for some people, for sure. Yeah, Susie says, woohoo. Yeah, this isn't going to last for much longer, you guys, which is the good news. And another good news is that now that the North Node is in Aries, that means the eclipses for the next 2 years are going to be happening in one of the signs the eclipses is going to be happening in is Aries. And yay, the rising sign of Canada is Aries. So that's going to be activating Canada's rising sign. Aries is empowerment, leadership, bravery, fearlessness, being in the present moment, the divine masculine, protection, taking action. No, this does not work for us. Here's our boundaries. We want to be independent. We do not want to be in a constitutional monarchy. This is going to come up in the next year and a half, without a doubt. Jamaica is doing it right now. Jamaica is piecing out of the monarchy. Don't know if you guys heard of that. So this is coming up big time with Canada right now and in the near future. So that's very exciting. And I want to share Justin's transit chart as well. And I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. I'm a little bit torn. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know some people think he's alive. Some people think he's not alive. I am sitting in a place of, honestly, I just don't know. This is so weird, and as an astrologer, it freaks me out because his astrology is pretty bad right now. I don't wish physical harm on anybody, but it hasn't been good astrology for a very long time for him. So it doesn't really make sense to me how, if he is alive, that he is in the position that he's in. But I'm just sitting in a place of, I don't know, and curiosity with that. So I'd like to know what y'all think out there. Um, Two really interesting things in his transits is number one, in his chart, he has Mars opposite Pluto. It's off by 3 degrees, but this is still a very strong aspect. Pluto, the malefic, opposite Mars in the eighth house of Scorpio. And Neptune, now that Neptune is at 27 degrees Pisces and his Mars is 29 degrees Pisces, Neptune is really strongly conjunct his Mars, which is opposite Pluto. Like, these are not good transits he's having. So I don't understand how he's in the position he's in, because this is a total, that's a crisis transit. That could be a death transit. And I'm not wishing physical harm on anyone, but this is a loss, losing, health issues. That's not a good transit, on top of other things he's been having as well. So I don't really understand what is going on with that. And I think the truth in the public eye will come out about that 100%. It's just really, I think there's things going on beyond even our possible comprehension right now. Sugar says, would a clone have an astrological chart? That is a really good question. I think everything has an astrological chart. So, yes, a clone, I think, would have an astrological chart. That's a very Pluto and Aquarius question. I would say yes. Mhm. That's a very good question, Sugar. Um, Alexandra says, if it's not the real Trudeau, how can the natal reflect him? That is also a really good question, right? So, is it him? Is it not him? I'm not totally sure. I'm sitting in a place of, I don't know. Part of me thinks that it is, feels that it is really him. Part of me feels it doesn't make sense and it isn't really him. But I don't know how cloning works exactly. I've never cloned a person, so I don't know. This is a whole other part of astrology that, and this is Aquarius. This is Age of Aquarius. What we're dealing with, totally new territory of things being weird. So what is the astrology of clones? You know, does the original natal chart have value? Is that still in effect if a clone has a part of the original person? Like, I don't know how this stuff works. You guys. So it's really, these are really good questions. And I think the clarity is going to come around that. Murray says, so many doubles of JT. Last week, he had a big pimple on his forehead. Yeah, that was so weird. Right? I'm going to bring up the picture of that. Justin Trudeau. And that was just days before the whole thing with where he's getting divorced from Sophie. Like, what the heck was that? That was the day before or days before they announced their public separation. That was freaking weird. So this whole thing is just weird and doesn't even make sense. Clones have no soul, no God connection. I totally agree with you, Allison. And when I say that clones could have an astrology chart, it's not, and I don't know if this is what you're referring to, but I don't think clones would have an astrology chart because I think they have a soul, but I believe everything has an astrology chart. This root beer bottle has an astrology chart. Whatever was the day that whoever invented Harvey and Vern's root beer, that is the astrology chart of this root beer. Like everything in life, whether it's an inanimate object, a corporation, an organization, a person, has a chart, has a birth chart of when it was created. Nicole says he and his wife wore a boot in 2019 and he was under house arrest. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much weird stuff going on. I haven't seen pictures of that, but I know a lot of people have talked about that. So it is all really trippy stuff. Teresa says, fresh off the cloning machine. LOL. Tim says, might be a mark where the machine downloaded a program to his brain. Yeah, like what? It's right on his third eye, too. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. So the other thing with Justin's current transits is not just that horrible Neptune opposite his Pluto and the Neptune conjunct his Mars, which are in oppositions over the 8th house of death and crisis, but Uranus, 22 degrees, is conjunct his midheaven. The midheaven is the top middle position of the chart. His midheaven is at 27 degrees Taurus. I know that it doesn't show here, but I just know that off the top of my head. So it's 5 degrees off. But Uranus is going to be conjuncting his midheaven soon. And Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, does rule homosexuality, being gay. And the midheaven is being seen publicly. Is he going to come out publicly, Uranus, in a weird and different way? And I'm not, if you're gay, I'm not calling you weird. When I say weird, I'm referring to the Aquarian Uranus terminology of different to the societal norms. This can show that he can come out as gay or something very different about him. There's something very different about him that's going to be coming out that's considered unique and unconventional. Allison says, maybe that is a sign Uranus on midheaven, truth being exposed. I agree with you. I think it will. Hi, Sunny. Sunny from Pluto is here. That is such a good point. You're totally right. I think Gemini can show homosexuality in a chart too. You're totally right, Sunny. That is such a good point. And isn't it interesting that his Venus is in Aquarius at a Gemini degree, right? And you're totally right about that. And his Sun at a Gemini degree. And what else? His rising at a Gemini degree. He's got lots of Gemini degrees. 3, what's the other Gemini degree? 15. Has he got anything 15? No. His Neptune Gemini degree. Whoa, he's got 4 Gemini degrees. Oh my God. Mrs. B Money, he's going to come out as identifying as a beaver. That's hilarious. We'll see. Yes, hello, Sunny. Sunny is, me and Sunny are going to New Orleans on Wednesday. So we'll be doing some lives from there and sharing our journey from there. So that's going to be very exciting. Yeah, I did a whole YouTube video on Justin Trudeau Castro's chart. That's on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to watch that, did a whole deep dive on that. So going to be very interesting to see what happens. For sure, for sure. But the clarity of whatever the heck is going on here, like not even just with Canada, the world stage, it's all being revealed. Sunny says his Lilith in Scorpio in 3rd house could be some trauma, which is transformed into perversion. Totally. Yeah, the chart is very, got to be careful what I say here on YouTube, but yeah. Just if you guys want to look deeper, go look at my video I did on that. His chart is wild. I'll just say his chart is freaking wild. And I agree with you, Sunny. Totally. Teresa, numerology 12 and 21 reduced to 3. Oh, yeah. And he has 12 and 21. You're right. Such weird stuff. Jeez Louise. Aren't you guys excited for when all this just weird stuff isn't going on anymore? We're just going to be able to chill and drink our coffee or whatever drinks we're drinking and in beautiful places of nature. And we're going to look back and we're probably going to laugh our asses off at this time. And we're going to be telling all the future children about this time. I try my best to laugh, but sometimes I just get really weirded out by it all. Um, Allison says, that's more like it. Good observation, Sunny from Pluto. Yeah. Sunny, there are a lot of indicators, even Pisces stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. And I don't want to go too into his chart because yeah, it's not a good energy. It's not nice. And yeah, so we'll move on from that. Nicole, if he is so open about LGBT, why can't he be about his sexuality? Weird. Yeah, it is weird. The word of the day is weird. That's for sure. So I want to share as well, you guys, and I know I've talked about this a few times already, and I'm going to continue talking about this. We're going to be having something on April 8th, 2024. I'm so excited for this. We're going to be having the Great North American Eclipse. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this up right now. This is not just coming out of left field. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. Because the Great North American Eclipse is going to be, the path of visibility is going to be exactly through Ottawa, the capital of Canada. And is it Washington? I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the right. Here it is. We've got it's going to go right through Texas. It's going to go right through New York, Vermont, Toronto, Ottawa, Maine. That's going to be a freaking doozy. That's going to be extremely powerful. The Great North American Eclipse, because it is going right through America. See that, you guys? From one coast of Pacific Mexico, to coast of Atlantic Canada. And this is going to be a full moon, solar eclipse. What sign is it going to be in? Let me check. It is going to be in Aries, 19 degrees. So this is going to wipe out so much darkness and dark art stuff that's going on in North America. It will never look the same after that date, after April 8th, 2024. This is a day to mark down on your calendars, April 8th, 2024. You guys are going to be hearing me say this a lot. April 8th, 2024. And yeah, mark that down, take that day off if possible. I'm going to check what day of the week. There's 111 people watching right now, Sunny. If you're watching, Sunny and I have been seeing so many 111s. April 8th is a Monday, so book it off now because that's going to be a freaking crazy day. Yeah, Murray, I'm booking the day. Yes, book the day off and go somewhere into the path of visibility. I want to do a physical in-person event, so I won't reveal anything about that because we'll see how that's going to get planned, but I definitely want to be a part of an event where it's going to be in person on this day. Don't know whether that'll be in Canada or US yet, but it's important for us to go out and physically watch this eclipse because this is the eclipse that's going to change our freaking lives, especially if you're Canadian or American or Mexican also. So it's going to be, yeah, Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Detroit. So anywhere in the yellow is the path of the total solar eclipse. So this is where we'll be able to, whoa, see the eclipse. You're going to have your eclipse glasses. This is a once in a lifetime event. Seeing it, seeing this. It's from one coast to the other coast. So that's going to be a very significant time. Austin, San Antonio, Waco, all exactly in the path. Indianapolis, sorry, you guys, if I'm missing places, Little Rock, Arkansas, Cleveland, Detroit, Buffalo, Toronto, Rochester, Burlington, Montreal, Ottawa, Fredericton. Wow, like that's going to be wild. Eclipses are endings, chapters ending and chapters beginning, and they wipe out whatever is the path of total visibility. It is a cleansing, huge cleansing. Yes, Bobby, it's a solar eclipse in Aries. It is a total, it's a new moon total solar eclipse in Aries, 19 degrees, which is a Libra degree. So Murray says Clinton's, Little Rock, Arkansas. That is so true. Didn't even think about that. Hi, Catterdays. I'm definitely taking time off because my birthday is the next day. Oh my God, you're going to have an eclipse solar return. Wow. So if your birthday is within 5 days before or after April 8th, you're having an eclipse solar return. 22, Suzanne, I'm American, had no idea Trudeau was subject to all the conspiracy stuff. Yes, it goes so much deeper. It is wild. 22, Suzanne. Go, if you have Instagram, go on my Instagram story because I just posted a lot of stuff on there today. So yeah, Earth sign says North Node in Aries 2 right now, war energy. Yeah, it is a war energy, and I'm praying that it doesn't go into a physical war place. I don't believe it has to go into a physical war place. Hi, Straight Arrow, your Indigenous friend from the Navajo Nation. Hello, very nice to see you. Yeah, I hope it doesn't get into a physical violence place. I don't think it has to. This is why our intentions are so powerful. But it is a spiritual war going on. That's 100%. Sunny says, I have a lunar eclipse solar return right now, plus my exact Saturn return is happening now. LOL. Yes. So crazy. We've got so much crazy stuff happening. Catterdays, and my sun is in Aries at 19 degrees in my natal chart is lit up on April 8th, 2024. And I want to show you guys the chart of April 8th, 2024, because I looked at this and because I hadn't looked at this yet. And then I sent Julie a text like, WTF, this is freaking crazy. Oh my God. So this is the chart of that great North American eclipse. We are having so much crazy astrology, you guys. So this is almost at the point, first of all, when Uranus and Jupiter are going to be exactly conjunct, which, sorry, I have way too many charts on my computer. And some of these dates, my brain can't handle memorizing every single one of these dates, but later in, I want to say May, actually, sometime in April or May, I'll put it in my Telegram, Uranus exact Jupiter conjunction, which is going to be amazing for cryptos and precious metals. And there's a lot that goes on with that. So the Uranus exactly conjunct Jupiter, that's extremely powerful. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Pluto will be back in Aquarius. So this will be the fourth eclipse with Pluto in Aquarius, because we had the 2 eclipses in the spring of 2023, and then there's going to be an eclipse March 25th, 2 weeks before this one. So Pluto will be back in Aquarius. Uranus conjunct Jupiter. We're getting so much Aquarian activation. Crazy. Cryptos are going to be probably on fire. Precious metals are probably going to be on fire. Higher technologies coming out are going to be on fire. Healing technologies are coming out, going to be on fire. It's going to be overwhelming, but in a good way. There's going to be new inventions, all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll talk more about that. But one of the craziest things, look at this. The eclipse is happening at 19 degrees of Aries, Libra degree, and exactly conjunct Chiron. What? This eclipse is happening. It's exactly, look, Chiron, 19 degrees. Look how exact that is. This is a healing. This is going to heal North America, the wounded healer. It is a big deal. Tim says there's also a big square of the gas giants later in 2024. Interesting. I haven't seen that yet, so I'll have to look at that. Thanks, Tim. Earth sign, have to wait till Jan for Pluto direct in Aquarius. Ugh. Yeah, January 20th, 2024, Pluto will be back in Aquarius. So we are waiting for that day. We are in the last, but you know what? We can be happy because we're in the last of Pluto and Capricorn right now. Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. Bobby, how much longer till in the full effect in the age of Aquarius? Well, the age of Aquarius technically starts whenever the spring equinox lines up, sorry, let me explain this. This is technical. We're talking about the greater astrological ages, which are determined by whatever sign the sun is rising over in Western astrology on the spring equinox is the astrological cycle we're in. So for the past over 2,000 years, we've been in the age of Pisces, and every spring equinox, like the last spring equinox in Western astrology, if you looked at the sun rise on the spring equinox, it rose over Pisces. Okay. When on a spring equinox, the sun rises over Aquarius, that is when we are technically in the age of Aquarius, which can be any year now. It will be any year now. So when you're asking how much longer till we're in the full effect of the age of Aquarius, well, we have to build it first. But I think within our lifetime, it's all going to be worth it. I think in our lifetime, we're going to be in a beautiful world, and we're building it at the same time as the old Pluto and Capricorn structure is dying, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's going to be a super long time, but I'm not going to lie and say, yeah, it's happening next year. Like, it's a process of building it, but the energy as we're getting into a lighter age, it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter with every day that passes. So any of these dark arts plans, none of them are going to work. They're laughable. It's laughable. None of it's going to work. Was there anything else I wanted to say with that eclipse? Oh yeah, with Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, and we were talking about the whole Trudeau thing. Maybe he won't even be prime minister by this point, like fingers crossed, but this is Aquarius rules weird and things that are different and weird and unconventional. This time is going to be extremely trippy. Okay. And the whole Pluto and Aquarius time, and especially the first few years, because we're getting our feet settled into it. But that eclipse is going to be super trippy and something shocking about it. But even though it's conjunct Chiron and Saturn conjunct Mars, I like it. So I'm actually excited for that. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, you guys. I just wanted to share some of the things I was feeling about Justin and the Astrology of Canada. Yeah, so let me know if is there anything else you guys feel like sharing or anything I should pull some cards on before finishing up. I have to start packing for my trip and doing some work. And Sunny and I will do videos of us in New Orleans later this week, and going to be vlogging and going live during my trip in the US for sure. And I'll be doing my Beyond Astros and everything, all the regular programming on Beyond Mystic and Maison Jupiter, of course, during that time. Thank you, little Susie. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I made sense. Sometimes I feel like I don't make sense. And yeah, if you feel, I don't know why I'm not able to monetize on YouTube yet. So it's been taking a long time for them to accept my asking to get monetized. So I don't know if they're checking me out or what's going on with that. But if you like my work, if you want to support my work, I have a PayPal donation link in the description of this video. If you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, the link for that is in the description of my video. All my links are in the description of this video. And I love you guys so much. Julie says, I grew up in Arkansas, and now you've given me a reason to make a visit in April. Yes, and Arkansas is so cool. Sunny and I want to go to Arkansas because there's lots of crystal things going on there. So yes, Arkansas would be a great place to go for sure to see that eclipse. Tim, do you carry the background with you? No, this is my Canadian background. And in Belgium, I have a separate background. But good question. Thank you guys so much for your love in the comments. Love you all. Hi, Rachel. Oh my God. Rachel manifests life by design. This is the woman, family friend who introduced me to astrology. I miss you, Rachel. I love you. Rachel is an amazing astrologer, and I'm so grateful, Rachel, that you've been in my life and you introduced me to astrology. I love you. Hope I can see you soon. Nothing like Nolan's. Yeah, we'll share our trip to New Orleans, and love you guys so, so much. Going to get off now. I think JC and Janine are doing Beyond the News in 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So go check that out. That's on beyondmystic.net. Love you guys so much, and have an absolutely magical day out there. Mwah, 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 mwah. You're all awesome. You all rock. Keep being magical. Keep being you. And don't let the dark side of things, don't let anyone get you down. You're magical. You're amazing. I love you all. Have a great day. Mwah. Bye.